Hey there, so today we're looking at lesson 10-3, page 93. Represent multiplication of a fraction by a fraction. So, what do you notice on this picture? Okay, mine is not in color because I have a laser printer that's black and white. When I win that Powerball, you guys will know it immediately because I will have a pretty laser printer quality page. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 times 6, we have 30 cubbies. So each one of this is 1/30th. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10/30th blue. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10/30th red towels. Towels. How many do we have in total? So we have 10 plus 10. Towels over a total of how many cubbies? 30 cubbies. So 20 over 30. So then we can divide both by 10. Remember, when we're dividing by 10, if we have zeros in our dividends, we just take out as many zeros as we have in the divisor. So 20 divided by 10, 2. 30 divided by 10, 3. So 2/3 of the cubbies are used for towels. Learn on page 94. 2/3 of the garden has flowers and 3/4 of that area has sunflowers. Yes, let me get this out of the way. So how do we set that up? We say 2/3 of the garden has flowers and 3/4 has sunflowers. Question, what fraction of the garden has sunflowers? Then I box my math words, 2/3 of that area. So I will say what I know, what I need to know, and we're looking at learn, right? So the 2/3 of the garden equals flowers. And then we'll say 3/4 of the flower bed equals sunflower. Sunflowers fraction. So we can say 3/4 times 2/3 equals S sunflowers. But we can also use a representation to help us solve the equation. So we say represent 2/3 of a whole. So we say 1/3 and 1/3 equals 2/3. And then we say of those 2/3, remember we said, and 2/3 of the area that has flowers are going to be sunflowers. So of this, I split it in 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. So this is gonna be 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, right? Oops, I meant to write a 4 here. Out of the 4/4. Just like here, I had 1/3 and 1/3. Because this is 1/4, right over here. 1/4, 1/4. So write the fraction of the whole that represents 3/4 of 2/3. So we say 3/4 times actually 2/3 times 3/4. So remember that we had both. So that means that once we divide the whole thing, each one of these is going to be what? What do you think? Well, it's going to be 1/3 time 1/4. So 1/3 times 1/4 equals 1/12. So then we say 6 equal parts represent 3/4 of 2/3. So that would be 1/12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1/12 times 6, which means 1 times 6, 6, 12 times, remember 6 is the same as 6 wholes, 12. Divide both by 6, that's right, because they're both divisible by 2 and by 3, which means they're divisible by 6. So 1, 12 by 6 divided by 6, 2. So 6/12 of the gardens. So 6/12 of the garden, or 1 right. Half. Remember, it looks like less than 1/2 because but really I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm taking 6. I could reposition those 2 here and it would look more like 6 because it would look visually like half. So next one, we are going to look at explain the tape diagram. Look, that's the word I've been using all the time, right? Represents 1/3 times 3/4 equals 3/12. So work together on page 94. Explain how the tape diagram represents 1/3 times 3/4. So I take my tape diagram and say 1/3. This is 1/3 times 3/4. Well, then I'm going to take my 1/3 and divide it into 3 parts and say this is 1/4. This is 1/4. This is 1/4. This is 1/4. Just like we said, this was 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Now we're going to take 3 of those and say 1, 2, and 3. So then we say, really, we can do this and say 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So 1/3 times 3/4 equals 1 times 3, 3 over 3 times 4, 12. So 3/12. Could I simplify 3/12? What would I get? Let's see. Divide both by 3. I would get 1, 3 divided by 3, 1, 12 divided by 3, 4. Let's see if we can divide that whole into 4 parts, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. Two, 4, 6. And then we divide it and say 1/4. So we say that that is 3/12 equals 1/4. Okay. So now let's look at on my own page 95. We're going to work on 1, 3, and 8 together. You're going to complete page 95 and do 9, 10, and 11 on page 96. 9, 10, and 11, okay? As usual, we're not going to do extend your thinking and reflect. So back to our page here. We're going to say 1/2 times 1/2. So we're going to divide our fraction in, oops, should have used this one. our whole in two parts. And we're going to take one part. And then of that one part, we're going to take a half again. And that's going to be here. So if you look at it, I can say 1/2 times 1/2, 1 times 1, 1, 2 times 2. So 1/4. So now let's look at number 3, 5/8 times 2/3. So we're going to take a whole and divide it in 8 equal parts. And we're going to take 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one of these is 1/8, right? All the way through. Then they tell us, I need to divide this part in 3 parts and take 2 of them. So then I say, I divide it into 3 parts. And take, so this is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. I'm going to take 2 of those. So that would be 1 and 2 parts. Make sense? Because of the whole, I'm taking this and this. So then I need to find what the result is. So I'll say 5/8 times 2/3. So I'll say 5 times 2, 10. 8 times 3, 24. Can I divide those? Can I simplify that? Let's see. First, let's count. Do I have? Can I say that would be 10/24? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the denominator checks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Numerator checks out. So now I'm going to say 10/24 is my result. Just for practice, I could simplify that and say divided by 2, divided by 2, 5/12. But remember, this is your result, 10/24. So we're going to look at number 8. Hazel travels 5/8 of a mile. She ran 2/5 of that distance. How far did Hazel run? So circle our numbers and units. Underline the question, how far did Hazel run? Box the math words, travels. Off that, how far? So now we're going to use this to set up our problem, and we're going to say 8. What we know, what we need to know. Distance traveled. 5/8 of a mile. Distance run, 2/5 of travel distance. Distance run equals how many miles? So we're going to say, we're going to divide 1 mile into 8 parts. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're also gonna do 5 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're going to say, this is a whole mile divided in 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. She travels 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of those, because these are 8th, right? 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. Of those 5/8 that she traveled, 2/5 of that are going to be the distance she ran. So I divide that in 5 equal parts. Okay, 4 and 5. And then I say 2/5 of that. So 1 and 2. So this is 1/5 of that portion. So I will say 5/8 times 2/5. 5 times 2, 10. 8 times 5, 40. So let's count to see if this would actually be 40 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Of those 40, 10 are taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, it works. So Hazel ran 10/40 of a mile. Could I also simplify that? I could divide both by 10. 10 divided by 10, 40 divided by 10. So 1 and 4, okay? But this would be fine as the answer. So work on the rest of the problems. Remember to skip 12 and reflect. I'll see you next time.